10 different LSU teams competing over the weekend, and LSU sports overall record, an unprecedented 15-1.
And from season finales to record-setting days, the Sports Desk has you covered with a remarkable weekend for LSU sports. You'll want to stick around. Tigers!
Welcome to the Sports Desk, everyone. I'm Johnny Lombardi. That's Derek Kopp. Derek, great weekend. Let's get right into the action. And we'll lead things off with the LSU softball team after this weekend. The Lady Tigers are off to the best start for any LSU sports team in history, 21-0. And there really haven't been that many close calls. Commanding, dominating, and outshining their opponents, the Tigers' 14-0 defeat of Stephen F. Austin on Sunday was their 10th win this season via the run rule. Along the way, LSU's had 3 players earn SEC awards, with senior A.J. Andrews being the latest. She claimed SEC Softball Player of the Week after going 10 for 11 with a .909 batting average and 13 RBIs in 4 games. When Coach Beth Trina was asked about her team's flawless record, well, she can still find some room for improvement.
I think our whole goal is just to continue to get better. Honestly, every time we take the field, I think we've just got to be better than the day before. So I think, that's all we set out to do from the beginning, was just to play one game at a time and just to honestly be better than the day before.
We don't have one person that's doing it all. Every single person, every single piece of our lineup is doing something different. We all bring something different to the table.
They have to continue to be relentless no matter what their record is. Understand they get this tonight and tomorrow we show up 0-21 and we get back to work.
We compiled a list of the best starts in LSU history for different sports, and as you can see, the 2015 softball team stands alone at the top. The Tigers entered this weekend ranked number 7, but they will certainly move up, as just them and SEC rival Florida remain undefeated. The Lady Tigers will match up with the Gators for a weekend series on March 13th.
Well, the men's basketball team continues to take care of business. With their win over Ole Miss on Saturday, the Tigers moved to 21-8 with just 2 games left. Now, although LSU didn't set any team records this weekend, reporter Jared Joseph shows us what one Tiger accomplished for the first time in over 20 years.
The Big Geezer was the mainstay of legend here at the PMAC since his days on the hardwood for the Tiger Nation. But it was sophomore guard over the weekend that decided to do something that hasn't been done since he was here in '92.
Tim Quarterman came out and did what no other LSU player has done since 1992 and got a triple-double for the Tigers with 18 points, 10 rebounds, and 10 assists.
Oh, it felt great. Just the crowd yelling and stuff like that. I'm doing the arm pumps. They're getting excited. I mean, I love the fans, so it was just a great moment just to get in front of them.
His performance led the Tigers to a 73-63 win against the Ole Miss Rebels, and it earned him a spot in a select group of LSU legends. Shaq was the last player to have a triple-double and hold 6 of the previous 7, with Pete Maravich holding the other.
Man, that's crazy. That's greatness that you just called out. Shaq and Pistol Pete. I just got to thank God, and I'm just happy that I did it.
Quarterman didn't accidentally get the triple-double, though, because his teammates made sure he knew about it.
I think Jalen told me. One of them told me. I just told him. He was like, man, get one more assist, get one more assist. And I was like, why? He was like, get one more. And then Mick dunked it, and then I heard the crowd saying triple-double, and it was just a crazy moment.
When we was in the huddle, Jalen told him, you need 2 more assists, and you get a triple-double. He was like, y'all, I'm about to give y'all the ball, so, make sure y'all make the shot. And, he found me with the dunk, and then he found Jordan with the alley. So, that was big, it was great on.
However, a major impact on Quarterman's triple-double happened yesterday because he was a question mark heading into Saturday's game.
Toward the end of practice on yesterday, he wound up coming down pretty bad, and actually that was it for him in practice, and we finished up with him back in the training room and saw him this morning, and they thought that he could be available for the game today, and he was able to get through it.
For Tiger TV, I'm Jared Joseph.
Tim Quarterman has been a surprise catalyst for the Tigers this season and a fan favorite. The LSU faithful will have one more chance to see the sophomore guard and the rest of the Tigers in the PMAC this Wednesday as LSU takes on Tennessee in its final home game. Tip-off is set for 6 o'clock.
Quick on your feet there, Derek.
Exactly.
Another weekend series, another weekend sweep for LSU baseball. The Tigers improved to 10-1 after beating Princeton 3 times this weekend. During a frigid weekend in Baton Rouge, it took LSU a couple of games to warm up, but when it did, the Tigers exploded in a 15-4 drubbing to wrap up the series. Head coach Paul Maneri challenged his team, and they finally answered the bell.
The energy level wasn't what it needed to be tonight. Not with everybody. Some guys played great. Look at Jake Fraley again tonight, played his heart out.
win championships on Sundays, and Coach Andy really challenged us to be our hitters, position players, to be battle at the plate, put together good at bats, and just put together good swings.
Well, men's tennis is off to its best start in 10 years as the Tigers move to 11-1 after beating Tennessee and Kentucky to kick off their SEC slate. LSU's 11th win of the season was also the 279th of head coach Jeff Brown's career, which is now an LSU tennis record. In his 18th year as coach, Brown passed his former coach Jerry Simmons to become tennis's all-time winningest coach. But he remains humble about the experience.
When you take a minute and think back about what it means to a lot of the other people and all the other coaches that have been a part of it, my assistant coaches and Coach Simmons, obviously, for giving me the opportunity, and all the everything that goes into our matches, all the former players and all the administrators that have been here through the years, and everybody that's contributed to it. It's I understand the importance of it, but as a coach, you're thinking about the match that you're playing at the time.
And coming up after the break, Amanda Luskin and Reggie Chapman remind us that pitchers are hitters too. You just have to give them a chance. Right, Johnny?
I'm more of a DH guy, but maybe they can prove me wrong. We'll be right back.
Thomas losing the handle. Randy pass. Right down the lane.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Coast to Coast. I'm Reggie Chapman.
And I'm Amanda Luskin. Now, Reggie, although you told me this weekend New Jersey is not a real state, and here's the tweet to prove it.
It's not real.
He said to me it is not a real state. Princeton was here this weekend and did play like they were not like they were a fake state. But sometimes in blowout baseball games, some interesting events take place.
That's right, Amanda. And in the bottom of the 8th inning, Coach Paul Maneri was out of bench players and called on senior pitcher Kyle Bowman to hit, and he actually got a base hit. Now, of course, it was caused by Princeton's messy fielding, but Bowman was running very hard and beat out the throw.
And Coach Maneri and Bowman's teammates were pretty excited about that hit. Here's what they had to say.
Been thinking about that at bat for many years, really, and but I don't think we could have put any more bling on him. He had the elbow pad, the ankle pad, he had the batting gloves.
Oh, we were cracking up because the inning lasted forever, and he was sitting there just getting pumped up for it. And Coach said, "You may end your career with the highest batting average in the nation."
It's always exciting to see pitchers hitting. In the major leagues, it is as well. I know one of my favorite moments as a die-hard New York Mets fan is when Johan Santana hit a home run in 2010, and that was 2 years before his no-hitter.
All right, well, first off, the Mets aren't good, so it doesn't matter. Giovanni Gallardo actually hit 4 home runs in one season, but my favorite batting pitcher is definitely CC Sabathia, mostly because of his sheer size. The man is pretty large, and it's just really funny to see him at the plate.
Yes, but thank you for the East Coast shout-out because CC Sabathia does play for the Yankees, even though they are not my favorite team.
Amanda, if you notice, he's wearing a Milwaukee uniform. I'm never going to give East Coast a shout-out. West Coast, all day.
But he's a Yankee right now. All the way from the West Coast, that's Reggie Chapman. I'm Amanda Luskin. Johnny and Derek will be back with Not Top 10 after this.
Hey, I know you did. I know you did. You said you would. You got it. You got it, baby. Thank you, baby.
Welcome back, everybody. Now, a little bit of football news for you. Former LSU defensive coordinator John Chavis is pursuing legal action against the university over the $400,000 buyout that the LSU athletic department claims is remaining on Chavis' LSU contract. Now, Chavis has filed suit against both LSU and Texas A&M in a Texas court.
Now, in honor of Chief's departure and ensuing suing of LSU, we thought we might compile the top 5 third and Chavis choke job moments for this week's Not Top 5. Let's roll it.
Let's see what we got here. Let's start with painful number 5. This is the 2014 Music City Bowl. LSU Notre Dame tied at 28. Malik Zaire and Notre Dame drive down the field. Last-second field goal gives the Irish the 31-28 win. I guess the silver lining is the start of the Fournette Boogie Nation Heisman. Let's go.
I guess
Throw it
so.
up.
Number 4, same thing this fall, 2014. Blake Sims, LSU up 13-10, but Alabama drives downfield, ties it up 13 all. We head to overtime in Death Valley. Sims with a touchdown pass. Here, Crimson Tide take the lead. LSU in their offensive possession in overtime. Jennings incomplete to Malachi Dupree. Alabama escapes once again in Death Valley, and the LSU defense loses one to Bama in a late drive once again.
Painful one. And here is 2013. This is LSU at Georgia. Now, this is Jeremy Hill cutting the outside. That's why he's a star at the Bengals. Great touchdown. Only gave him 4 minutes on the clock with a 41-37 lead. But Aaron Murray marched Georgia all the way down the field against an awful LSU defense. before the Georgia touchdown. Georgia ended up winning that. That game really defined the season for the Tigers.
It sure did. Number 2, this was a heartbreaker. 2013 Chick-fil-A Bowl. 4th and 16 for Clemson. Taj Boyd, the first down pass on 4th and 16 from his own end zone. Catanzaro for Clemson. The game-winning field goal. LSU chokes a double-digit lead in the bowl game. Clemson, with the shocking comeback, and the LSU defense collapses once again and again from this season. Probably the worst game in recent memory. Derek, take it away.
This is painful. This is my most painful LSU memory. This is 2012 LSU versus Alabama. Oh, right there. We're thinking this is game over, Death Valley. But, you know, you really can't ask John Chavis much more. TJ Yeldon outside,
hide the women and children.
A little bit too aggressive on one of the first plays with a little prevent defense. You could just, the list goes on for what you can say about that play.
Brutal.
It's just,
what can you say? You know, Chief did a lot of good things, but recently, 3rd and Chavis, you know, it's a real thing.
It really is, and then for him to leave in the West Division rival and then coming back with this, it's painful. This hurts, man. I expect a little more.
I'm gonna spin around and he can pull the knife out of my back. But that's it for this week's not top 5 plays, and that's all the time we have today on the Sports Desk. But make sure to check out TigerTV.tv for exclusive LSU sports stories and updates.
And don't forget to follow us on Twitter and Instagram at @TTV_sports and new Vine at Tiger TV Sports. Gotta love the Vine.
Yeah, send us a Vine. For Derek Kopp, I'm Johnny Lombardi. Y'all have a good one. We'll see you next week.